Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're uncovering a fascinating yet deceptive chapter in the history of espionage, Operation Trust. This covert operation, orchestrated by Soviet intelligence in the 1920s, was a daring and successful attempt to neutralize anti-Bolshevik forces by manipulating them into believing they had secret allies within the Soviet regime. In this episode, we'll explore the details of Operation Trust, how it was carried out, and the broader implications it had on espionage and counterintelligence tactics. Let's dive into this extraordinary Soviet deception and see how it fooled some of the most skilled spies of the time. What was Operation Trust? Operation Trust was a counterintelligence operation conducted by the Soviet Union's secret police, the Cheka, later the OGPU, between 1921 and 1926. Its purpose was to create a fake anti-Bolshevik organization known as the Monarchist Union of Central Russia, MUCR, that pretended to oppose the Soviet regime. The goal was to deceive real anti-communist forces both inside and outside of Russia, tricking them into thinking they were part of a larger underground movement to overthrow the Bolsheviks. By infiltrating the ranks of anti-Soviet groups and feeding them false information, the Soviets were able to identify and neutralize opposition figures, gather intelligence, and undermine the efforts of exiled Russian monarchists and their supporters in Europe. How Operation Trust worked. The Soviet secret police created the illusion that there was a powerful resistance network within Russia, consisting of military officers, monarchists, and other opponents of the Bolsheviks. Operatives posing as leaders of this fake organization began contacting exiled monarchists, foreign governments, and anti-Soviet activists. They promised these groups that they were laying the groundwork for a coup against the Bolsheviks, and even hinted at having secret support from high-ranking officials within the Soviet government. This ruse worked brilliantly. Many influential anti-Bolshevik groups in Europe and the United States were fooled into believing the organization was real, and they began sharing their plans and intelligence with the Soviets. The Cheka was able to track and eliminate actual resistance efforts within Russia, and also neutralize external threats from exiles who were planning attacks or sabotage against the Soviet regime. The aftermath and impact. By 1927, the Soviets had achieved their goal. The Monarchist Union of Central Russia was revealed to be a fake, and the operation was declared a success. The trust placed in this fictional group by real anti-Bolsheviks allowed the Soviets to dismantle several serious threats, including preventing assassinations and insurrections. Operation Trust had effectively neutralized much of the remaining monarchist opposition to the Soviet Union and helped solidify the Bolshevik regime's control over the country. Operation Trust also served as a powerful example of how effective counterintelligence operations can be. It demonstrated that one of the best ways to defeat an enemy is to control their movements and thoughts without them even knowing it. This tactic influenced later Soviet espionage operations and is studied by intelligence agencies around the world to this day. Operation Trust was a masterstroke of Soviet counterintelligence that demonstrated the power of deception in espionage. By creating a fictional resistance network, the Soviets were able to manipulate their enemies, gather valuable intelligence, and neutralize threats without direct conflict. The operation remains one of the most successful examples of strategic disinformation and manipulation in history. If you found this deep dive into Operation Trust intriguing, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Let us know in the comments what you think about this operation, and if there are other espionage stories you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.